scary shit going on. And it's, well, ICE been able to track absolutely everything that you do. If you've got a mobile device, that is, a connected device, or maybe a friend has, that is associated with you. Nowhere safe anymore. Now, under Joe Biden, once they bought this particular system, they put it on pause. They said, hang on, this isn't ethical. But now Trump is in power. Well, everything is fair game. That it is. And unfortunately, it's going to be very, very difficult to circumvent this, to avoid them tracking absolutely everything you do through your mobile devices. And AI helping it on its way. This is some scary shit. And who developed this particular system? Israel. An Israeli company. A company that has been sued several times, including by WhatsApp. A company that had to give away some of their source code to Meta. I'm sure they're going to be honest with it. How can you avoid it if you are living a connected life? And most people do these days. I think my dog, he's so how to put it? Yeah, he picks his moments. Well, where are you going? You keep going waiting at the door, then as soon as I come near the door, you go the other way. Do you want a wee? I'm not you. In. Do you want me to leave it open for you? Let all the mosquitoes in. No? Okay. I'm not going that way. I know what it is. He wants me to take him to bed. Not like that. Obviously, he's a dog. Oh, anyway, where was I? No, it's just pretty darn sort of 1984 type stuff, you know? This is very, very concerning, and everyone should be really concerned about this, because effectively they can literally track absolutely everything you do, everything that you say, and even take control of your camera for surveillance with this particular software, and they're using it now. ICE is using it. They've already used it in Colombia for drug cartels and stuff. And it's now going to be used on citizens within the United States. But it doesn't have to stop there, does it? They could use this system on anybody, anywhere in the world, provided they know which is your device. There's nothing stopping them. This is deeply concerning and obviously extremely unethical. No one has any privacy anymore. And I think the only way you could actually remove yourself from it is literally by cutting yourself off cold turkey. Because yes, you could get your device, you could put a bit of tape over the camera, you could find a way of putting a disconnection switch, a manual switching for the microphone or something. I'm sure there's a way of doing that. You take the thing apart first, mind. But then there's the screen. Then there's your social media. This system is fully, it goes into every single, well, everywhere. And even get hold of your passwords. Great, eh? Screen capture, screen record. Record your surroundings via camera or via the microphone. And it should really, really concern you. Because this gives ICE the power to find absolutely anybody. People have been wondering, how come they just turn up and they drag someone off the street? How do they know where they are? Some people, including myself, thought it might have been people them using location But it's more sinister than that. They can track the whereabouts of any phone, whether the location is on or if it's off. And this software doesn't even need your interaction. Now, usually, if you've got some phishing software that is trying to gain access to something, or place a virus onto your device, well, then that particular phishing software or a link or something, you have to do something. You've got to download something, or you've got to click on a link, or you know how it goes. And then more often than not, your antivirus software will find it. But not with this stuff. Now, we're going to get into, I'll try and explain it in more detail, but there is some operating systems you can use for Android, such as, oh crikey, what's it called again now? I'll bring it up in a second. I can't remember what it's called now off the top of my head. But it's an operating system for Android, and it is fairly good at not allowing, the way it's written in a way that's very hard for this particular software from Israel to be able to, from the NSO group and Paragon Software to actually infiltrate. Now, some of the software is already like Graphite, which is one of the packages, is now it's now owned by the US. It's the one that was bought for $2 million under the Biden administration, and they put it on pause until they could come up with something for protections for the citizens. Where do you draw the line? But we all know, with this administration, Trump's administration, the regime, that thick and orange Ron Schitzenpants, that we all know there is no lines. We're seeing them, haven't we, what they've been doing? Bashing people up on the street and dragging them into the cars. Grabbing old blind people on the side of the road just because they're sitting there. Just drag them off, bashing his head against the fucking road and then pile him into a van. A blind man. And you're telling me that that man was a so-called a terrorist? He's a dangerous individual. He was with his white stick. This is getting beyond a joke, and everybody should be concerned. And also, everybody should be very concerned that their own, governments start utilising such software. Now, I remember back with Brexit. All right, yeah, I'm bringing Brexit up. There was Cambridge Analytica, who had managed to get 270,000 contacts at Cambridge Analytica from Meta, or Facebook at the time. And from those contacts, they could reach, just for a very small number of contacts, from that, they could access absolutely every single Facebook account in the United States. Just 270 contacts, and that was from one of the whistleblowers of that. I think it was the gay bloke. But they were doing the work. They were happy to do the work until they got found out. They carried on doing what they were doing. They're just as bad as everybody else, let's be fair. They came clean because they got caught. It is immoral, it's wrong, obviously, and it's authoritarianism. You're full on authoritarianism. This has been going, this isn't recent, it's fairly recent, but it's been happening for 3 months now. They've been using this software. I warned you, I told you months ago, you need to put the pressure on early on with this government, because before you know it, it'll be too late, and it's kind of too late now. That's the really sad thing about it. Something could have been done, but now they've got too much of a foothold. They're not paying any attention to the Constitution, are they? They don't care about the First Amendment, do they? They'll take away the Second Amendment if they want to. If they think that you are a risk to them, that'll be gone. You need a coup d'etat. You need something. I'm not trying to incite anything like that, but It's just, to me, it's so far gone now. It's so far gone now. And when I say my own channel's been literally, because I speak out, my last video I put up was still hardly any views at all. And I've just been squeezed, by the system, just like a lot of the other smaller channels out there. They don't want any more channels gaining a foothold that talk and speak out against tyranny. They don't. And people who know me know I won't lie to people. I might get things wrong sometimes, but I don't lie to anybody. Speak the truth and shame the devil. But you see, this spyware, you got Pegasus, Graphite, and friends. There's a few other variations from the original NSO group software. Paragon class products in Israel. But this is really serious stuff. This is your freedoms being taken away. This is you not being able to speak out. This is you being classed, labelled as a terrorist. That's my dog. But labelled as a terrorist. He's already started saying that. They all have, haven't they? Stephen Miller and his wife as well. Oh my giddy aunt Katie Miller, who speaks just like Stephen Miller, the same cadence and everything. Is strange. It's like they practice it together. Now, it's not Israel, so it's the Israeli government. Let's get that right. A massive problem, because these are all backed by the Israeli government. This is why people are scared about what's going on. Just to speak out against. Look what happened to Charlie Kirk. I'm no lover of Charlie Kirk, but you're going to try and tell me that ain't got something to do with Israel, eh? Pretty fucking obvious now, wouldn't you say? Now we know that he was considering basically, he stopped supporting him. It's going to have an anti-Israeli geezer on. They didn't want to have him. I forgot his name now as well. My God, my mind's some mush it is these days. It's just so much to take in, isn't there? You see, you've got Pegasus, Graphite, and all this related software. They're not just police tools, are they? They are rather extraordinary and powerful electronic search engines that can be operated covertly and at scale, integrated with artificial intelligence as well, doing half the bloody work for it. They can access public records, forensic reports. They can show both NSO class and Paragon class products that have been abused against vulnerable targets, and ICE's procurement of graphite class capabilities. And therefore, it's raised predictability in serious and constitutional, legal and human rights questions. Now, the valuable evidence to date also supports the need for urgent and enforceable limits, but this government it's not going to do that. They just like Donald Trump and say, "Oh, TikTok was great for me," you know. See, we need independent oversight. We need public transparency, and how such tools are to be used by US agencies. I understand using them against actual terrorism. Is that how they will justify or try to fakely justify the use of this software against American citizens and travellers, visitors? What is there to stop them using this software on anybody around the world? Nothing. You see, one of the earlier incarnations was Pegasus, and it is a commercial spyware platform developed by Israel's NSO group, and it's suite of exploits and server software that lets an operator to remotely install surveillance code into the iOS, into your phone's system. It don't matter if it's an iPhone or if it's, I don't know, even the Google Pixel, and they've got some pretty good security on. But no, they use the vulnerabilities, not necessarily of the software, but of the hardware. And we've already seen in the past where, I don't know if you remember, where iPhone had an announcement where it had vulnerabilities built into the CPU. Not deliberately, but it had a flaw in the CPU, which could be accessed. See, that's how this software works. It looks for all the vulnerabilities. And it's like it's kind of live. It hunts it down. It hunts down the vulnerabilities. Once they've known what type of phone you got, in most cases, there's going to be within their system, they'll know exactly where the vulnerabilities are. Obviously, updating your phone regularly is going to help, but it ain't going to be enough. They can literally control your phone. This sounds like a real conspiracy theory, but this isn't a conspiracy theory. This is fact. This software is out there. The companies are already out there. They sell this as a product. To the highest bidder, it seems. In this case, now the United States is government is under AIPAC's control, it seems. And then you've got the Heritage Foundation. They're happy to utilise it against the citizens of the United States and anyone else, in fact. And it requires zero-click exploits. Once installed, once it's installed Pegasus, for instance, which is the older variation, it can read messages, harvest contacts, record calls, activate the microphones, location and the cameras, collect geolocation is location, and exfiltrate files. Basically just taking control of your phone and sending shit all over the bloody place. Now, when you have a government that is so, well, let's be honest, it's a fascist regime, isn't it? Eh? It really is. If they wanted to frame you, they could target you. They can't just take stuff off your phone. They can put stuff on it. If you're a nuisance, let's say, for instance, I don't know, you're a rebel without a cause or with a cause, and you're a campaigner or a protester, or I don't know, an online troll or something, you could cause an attack on the government, and they want a shot of you because you know too much. They'll do whatever they need to do to get shot of you. Now, I wish it wasn't true, but it is. They've already been hacking under Pegasus. They hacked WhatsApp. 1,400 accounts were hacked. They did get a $170 million fine for doing so. They got found out. Obviously, it was logged by WhatsApp servers as an attack. And they obviously traced it back to them. Now, this should deeply concern absolutely everybody. But anyway, let's just bring up the chat. I ain't done that yet, have I? I'm not going to be uploading any videos probably for a while. I'm probably just going to do lives for a bit. Because the channel is literally not making any views. So what's the point? I'm just shouting in my own little bubble. So it's pointless. Not compared to what they used to do. I mean, it's really bad now. Let's go into that. I've been here before, so yeah, I need to give it time to cool down and see what happens. If it doesn't,
I've been here before, so
yeah, that'll be it. But there you go. Right, there we go. Pop in the chat. Oh, there we go. Who we got here anyway? I'll probably carry on just doing lives or something, just to keep the channel going to some degree. But I can't keep. I'll just chasing the tail with it. It's just pointless. Right, here we go. Here we go. Who in the chat? Who's here? Oh, well, Wayne's world of science and technology. And Doc Davies. Hey, Mark, hello, buddy. Hope you're well. Cat's Eye Moves. Hello, that hope you're well. Hey. And Andrew Evans. Hello, friend. Hi, Marcus, and all who will be here. Hello. I wasn't going to go live tonight because I had to do my taxes. Yeah, I had to pay that bloody money that I ain't got. I've just done that. Oh, crikey, I hate it. I don't hate paying the taxes, just hate being broke. It's really annoying. You dressed as Jack Black? Not really. I don't think so. I'll be wearing a t-shirt, wouldn't I? With some tie-dyed or something. Do you talk to squirrels? Yeah, all the time. Glue it up. Glue what up? Elastoplast on the cam. Oh, I see that. Yeah, glue it up on the cam. Away we go. It's not just that, is it? It's just one element of it. It's the fact that they can record everything that's on your phone. I'm looking at myself at the moment. They can be recording me as I speak. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just absolutely everything, including all your social media, not just on your device, but all your accounts, everything. They can access all your passwords. They can control, when you get your codes back to authorize a website, the second level of security, they can get that as well. They can do that behind the scenes. Get the email, read the email, click. All done automatically by the system. This is really scary shit. It reminds me of the film, Enemy of the State. And when it's in that Faraday, he's dead now, isn't he? But when it's in the Faraday cage and that won't save you. Faraday cage ain't gonna save you because that's for RF signals. You see, we're talking about stuff when people are connected to the internet to access their phones, and once they've done that, they'll download everything they need to download and get all the access they need to access, and then they probably won't have to even access your phone unless they're continuing surveillance. I know that most people wouldn't even be affected by this, but anybody who may be active online and go on X or Twitter, Blue Sky or any of these platforms and speak out against the government are at risk. Absolutely everyone. You'll be targeted. And when you have artificial intelligence to actually decide who they're going to attack, it's all going to be done in an instant. The technologies are there to do it. When you got, like, for instance, you got the artificial intelligence, and then you got this Paragon software, Pegasus or Graphite, which is being used by the United States. There's other ones as well. They're not the only ones. They just exploit the vulnerabilities of your device. And we all should be very, very concerned. Because where do they go from there? If they're willing to do that, to be that unethical. Remember, you had a constitution, but now it's not worth shite. They're not even paying attention to it. It's crazy. Hello, Joe, my friend. I hope you're well. And when you can really go down a rabbit warren with it. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff online about it. I've been on Reddit. I've been reading about it on them, and people are going on about Graphene OS, which offers substantial defenses against all sorts of attacks. But you have to completely change your operating system on your phone, and you don't want to be using that alongside your accounts, like, for instance, Google. The whole point is to cut yourself off. Apparently, I'm a hobbit with a hat and glasses. That's nice. Thank you. Certified racist here. I love race cars. Oh, bloody hell. There's some daft people. Thanks, Joel. I don't really care for American politics. Doesn't matter if it's Trump or any other politician, because if it wasn't them, it would be two people doing the exact same thing. No, it's not. That's not true. Biden's administration bought the software. They realised that, hang on, how do we keep hold of this? They paused it until they managed to work out how they're going to make it work without stepping on toes. You've got to remember, under the previous administration, they followed the Constitution. This administration is ignoring the Constitution. They're ignoring the judges as well. And the longer you wait, the more of a foothold, more their roots are going to take hold. And you won't get them out. You won't get them out. There won't be a vote. There won't be, let's say, argument's sake, Congress. There'll be no Congress. They've got no intention of reopening Congress, in my opinion. Might be wrong, but that's just my opinion. I believe that that's the whole point of the big, beautiful murder bill, because pretty much everything they want to do was in there. They don't need Congress. They've already got it through. And the longer everybody waits, there's no going back anyway. There is no courts. There is no bills or anything like that. They'll just do, oh, okay, we've got to do this today. And there'll be no protections, no system, no one to answer to. They are a regime. I don't know how I can iterate how serious this is. You've got the United States government. They're supposed to look after 350 odd million people in the United States. And they're willing to do that. If that doesn't give you alarm bells, I don't know what does. Because quite frankly, if they're willing to do that, they're willing to do anything. And we've seen it with ICE. We know ICE have got this software. We know they're using it. Now, so yes, ICE has obtained access. There's actually an article that didn't really get very far. I was in The Guardian, and it was about a month ago. And it was like, the headline is, ICE obtains access to Israeli-made spyware that can hack phones and encrypted apps. Yes. WhatsApp, Signal, any encrypted Telegram, encrypted messaging service. This software isn't worried about the encryption, because what it's doing is it's using what's on your device, as in what you see, keystrokes, swipes, you name it. Everything that comes up on your phone as well doesn't have to be what is going from, being encrypted and going from one place to the other. They don't need that. They just need what's showing, what you see. They know exactly what the messaging is. So the Trump administration contract with Paragon Solutions give the immigration agency access to one of the most powerful stealth weapons. And they're using it against American citizens. So US immigration agents will have access to one of the most sophisticated hacking tools. And this was a decision by Donald Trump, the orange from shits and pants, to move ahead with a contract with Paragon Solutions, a company founded in Israel, which makes spyware that can be used to hack any mobile phone, including encrypted applications. And the Department of Homeland Security first entered into a contract with Paragon, now owned by a US firm. This was back in it's under Biden administration, late 2024, I think it was. Now, it's a $2 million contract, but it was put on hold pending a compliance review. Trump says, sod that. We're going to use it. And that's what they're using. So, yes, the pause has now been lifted. This is according to the public procurement records. If you have any doubts on what I'm saying, have a look at it. It's on there. And which lists Immigration and Customs Enforcement as the contracting agency. In fact, I might put those two details in the description at the end of this live. It means that one of the most powerful stealth cyber weapons ever created, which was produced outside the United States, is now in the hands of an agency that has repeatedly been accused by civil and human rights groups of violating people's due process rights. Like I said, for Brexit and what have you, we had Cambridge Analytica, that's another AI company as well, based in, I think it was Australia or somewhere. But anyway, Cambridge Analytica got shut down. And this was a Channel 4 news investigation report. Undercover, they had the camera in a bag. Recorded what they were saying. Telling us how they could manipulate the voting and for governments. And we already pay a lot of attention to it, because a lot of time it's like African countries. But now it's come to home. It's come to the United States. Will it come to the UK? I wouldn't be surprised. Could it come to the European Union member states? I think that's less likely, because they do adhere pretty closely to the European Convention on Human Rights. This is the thing, you see. If there's no constitution in the United States, the constitution has been ignored, you basically have got no human rights. They basically rushed it to one side, didn't they? Within the European Union, we're signed up. The European Union member states and other countries, including the United Kingdom, are signed up to the ECHR, the European Convention on Human Rights. And as such, it's safer, right? But it's not going to stop them over the pond, is it, doing their thing, if they want to find out about you. See, this software could be used for business deals. It could be used for crypto, insider trading, you name it. Right across the board, this software could be used. It probably already is. It's so concerned. I know I'm probably not getting it over very well, but I just... how dangerous this is for ordinary people who want to speak their mind. They want to use their freedom of speech. Do you realise how serious this is? I know YouTube don't, because I've only got 30 people there at the moment. Please click the whole like button while you're here. Double click the screen if you haven't got a like. What's it? But I'm not going on live for very long today anyway. I'm only going to be on for about an hour. So I just want to get my point across. Because the video didn't do very well, so I thought, I'll go live and see what happens. Build a wall and Canada will pay for it. Okay. Well, Mexico didn't pay for the other one, did they, Robert? It's too late for the United States, I think so. We just need to make sure the EU bans the software. The thing is, there's nothing stopping them that software being used across the pond, is there? They might even ban it, but when you have software that is, quite frankly, illegal anyway, maybe they could block it somehow. Maybe. Other stuff is blocked, isn't it? Maybe that's what they've got to try and do. But they'll just keep changing IPs and all sorts of stuff, won't they? There'll be other iterations of it as well. Basically the same software, but code and names and all the distinguishing features of it will be changed. No, we won't. PXF, what will you do? I haven't been getting any notifications on YouTube lately from any channel, Steve McGowan's saying. Bloody hell, really? Well, I thought I'd give it a go. I put a video up earlier and it was on the same topic as this. And I thought, well, I'll give it a go. And it's done terrible, And I thought with a topic like this, I thought it'd might spark some people's, people might start thinking. But clearly not. Maybe some people just want to put their head in the sand. I don't know, but it's just so sinister. It really is sinister. And where do you go from here? We've allowed it to happen. Actually, MAGA voters have allowed this to happen in the US, which is then given this regime the ability to use it. And all this is going to do now, other countries now are going to say, oh, maybe we'll give it a go. The United States is using it. They'll try and justify it. Joe was saying, just in Portugal, I'm less worried it's less worried or economically tied country to the United States in the EU. Estimates say that the US lost around half of the importations and exportation and about a quarter of its tourism. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Who wants to go there? You see, now with this as well, it makes it even more risky for people travelling to the United States. Workers from South Korea, for instance, it's more risky for them to travel to the United States. See, stuff that they shouldn't be able to access in foreign countries, they'll now be able to access. We've got to cut ourselves off from it, to do our best to try and protect ourselves from it. And how do you do that? In a very connected world. I'm streaming now. People like their social media, all this shit, they want to be connected to their family and friends, Instagram, obviously met a group of companies. And then they want to use their stuff online, like, go to buy something online, go to Amazon or what have you. It's the same difference. Makes you vulnerable. All your purchases, absolutely everything. This is like ultimate surveillance. Oh, God's sake, Sebastian. He just farted. Sebastian just did a how do I put it? A fluff. He's fat like Blade Trooper today. Little sod. And dog farts aren't pleasant. There he is. Look at him. He's a lovely boy. Caroline photographed me I was fell asleep on the sofa. I had the cat sleeping on my chest. Oh, sorry. I had the cat sleeping on my chest, right? I had Sebastian down there, his head on my shoulder, and Pandora sort of like spooning me behind my legs on the sofa. I was going to post a video online, but I had jog bottoms on. They were like halfway down my butt. Anyway, that's another story. Cuddly little things they are. Shelley, what do you say, Shelley? Oh, no, I said that already. Let's go down to the bottom. All right. The Greeks, the Romans, and all saying the citizens voted with their feet, and the voting citizens would refuse to attend the assemblies and stop the government from functioning. Any ideas? It's kind of what you need. You've got to stop this government regime from functioning. I know what I would do, but it's not necessarily legal. And I wouldn't be putting anything online. Incognito. It's the worst thing you can do is to put your feelings and thoughts online. But that's what they want us to do. They don't want us to talk about this stuff. They want us to be frightened. They always blame the dog. Thanks for that, Mo. Yeah. I don't know. We're all in the database. Yeah, of course we are. Of course we're in a database. But we'll be in... being in a database and having everything that you do on your phone, your swipes and stuff, your little codes to unlock your phone and stuff, access to your bank account. There's nothing stopping them accessing anything. They can access your bank account through your device. Remember, your device is logged to your bank account. This is getting really bad. It's just, I don't think... Civil disobedience, America. Well, that is... Yeah. Civil disobedience. A general strike. But you also got to remember, we're going to get to a point where they don't need us. They don't need us. Artificial intelligence, robotics, humanoids, you name it. We're getting closer and closer and closer to that now, aren't we? I'll get to a point where they don't need us. Amazon warehousing is pretty much all robotic these days. Chinese car manufacturing is pretty much robotic these days. Scare the hell out of diplomats in the US when they saw how they're building these BYDs in the United States. Pretty much no one's there. The only people there not building the cars, they're just maintaining the machines. We've allowed the billionaires to get to be bigger billionaires and get towards being trillionaires. And they're calling the shots. Peter Thiel, for instance. When you think of Peter Thiel with his immigration US software, that he's got his data gathering software, it's all integrated now with this stuff. Won't be long before their spyware will be integrated as well. You see, once they gain access, like I was mentioning about Meta and Facebook contacts, children sending to reach all of the United States, once they gain access to your device and to the contacts on your device, including email addresses, etc., 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 all the stuff that you might have in your contact list, on your phone contacts, they'll then be able to gain access to those devices because they think you communicate with each other, and then they get to there. You see how it goes? It's like pyramid sales. Before you know it, it's just everywhere will be covered by it, everywhere. And when you don't need people to actually access this information, it's all done automatically. All the red flags, what have you, they collate all the information to narrow the fields down. There won't be like teams of people going through it like they did with the Epstein files to see whether or not Donald Trump's name's in it millions of times. I do as well, Joe. I don't watch any AI videos. As soon as I get anything in my feed, I skip past them. Or AI voiceovers or anything like that. I really want to see the person's face. I'm not that keen on voiceover channels anyway. I do watch Guard the Leaf. Basically, the loyalty to him, really, because he was very kind to me. He gave me a shout out, so he was very kind. But yeah. But other like that, any other channels like that, I don't pay any attention to. I skip past. I don't want to know. As soon as I realise it's going to be a voiceover, I skip past them. I don't know. It's going to be harder and harder to tell, isn't it? So I'd just rather be, good morning. Yes, that's Joel. Thanks for helping out, my friend. We had 3 trolls on there today, haven't we? But I do agree with you 100%. By the way, Joel's got a channel as well. He's a very clever geezer, that he is. He talks about all sorts of stuff, actually. It's quite interesting. YouTube is doing AI enhancements on many videos now. Even the creators don't... Oh my God, I didn't know they're doing that. If they are, I'm going to come off. If they're changing the contrast and stuff like that, I don't mind, do you know what I mean? But if they're... Or colour correction, that's fine. But if they're actually altering the videos, or stealing the videos and maybe pasting them together and shit like that, I don't want anything to do with that. AG, this point is inevitably Trump will use more force on the United States, yes, rules, etc., more military and monitoring, yes, and Trumpety is not going to see the light, and no, he's not going to stop. While he's alive, he's not going to stop, and whoever takes his place is going to carry on. Has anyone actually read Project 2025? And the other thing they're doing as well, I can't remember the name, it's named after a woman. It's got a woman's name. Lisa's or something like that, I don't know. And it is scary as feck. That's Project 2025 is just the first part of it. Oh, cheers, Joel. I'll have a look at that. Something else got a bloody click, is it? Used to be so easy uploading videos on YouTube, and now you just got this. No, it's not using AI. I never use AI. For Christ's sake, why would I just? Oh. I hear that JD Vance is getting together with Charlie Kirk's widow. It looks like it. I'm not saying that's what's happened, but Jay Vance was questioned at an event. I think that was actually one of the Turning Point USA events, and he was asked by one of the spectators, about his wife and stuff like that, and about Christian. In fact, his wife is Hindu, sorry, in religion, and it's with the conflict and what have you, and with your children and stuff like that, which he couldn't really answer properly. And then you see these clips where there's him holding on to, they're sort of like, holding on to each other, as in Erica Kirk, that is. And he's got his hands a bit low down, on her hips. And she's got her hand for his hair. So it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Now, let's be honest, all right? Who on here believes that Erica Kirk is a honeypot? Because I think she is. I saw it mentioned somewhere else before. For crikey, you're right. That is, yes. She's a honeypot. She's a plant. She's been put there. Look, as a way to control, in this case, Charlie Kirk originally. Yeah, she had a couple of kids by him and stuff like that, but I don't think that's going to stop these people. Do you want a treat? Oh boy. Oh, he dropped it. Silly fella. Did you find it? Yeah, he's found it. Oh, dear me. Take care, Will Keeper. I'm not going on for very long today anyway, so I don't know how long I've done so, 46 minutes. I'm only going to do about an hour. My voice is already gone, and I need to keep them a bit shorter. Who's the guy in the background? Darth Vader? Or was it my dog? Yeah, actually, Just Jane, you might have, you might have something in that, Who will be walking? Yeah, we'll be walking around with a barcode tattooed on our foreheads. I won't be surprised. Crazy. Paul Davis said, I miss having a dog. We lost our Wally last year. It really knocked me for six, it did. I'll tell you, I still can't get. I ain't got over it yet. No way. He's such a lovely little boy. He was my buddy. He was. Yeah, he got his treats. Look up the latest in USA Nazi state government actions. That's pretty much everything they're doing, isn't it? I keep looking at the wrong camera. I've got my web camera here, and I keep looking at that. There it is. There. And I keep forgetting that I'm on my phone. Because I'm an idiot, yes. I come from a long line of revolutionaries. So do I. Look at my name. My name's Marcus Kett. Look up Kett's Rebellion. That's my ancestor. So if you want to know about my background, yes, I'm from a line of rebels. Kett's Rebellion. Have you seen Hoekstra latest comments in Canada? Yes. And Doug Ford has told, I think you better apologise. Very diplomatically, like. But he's not a diplomat, is he? Let's be honest. Like Pete Hoekstra, it's not the first time, is it? He's attacked Canada with his rubbish, blaming Canada for the relationship breakdown when it's clearly the United States. Have you seen Charlie Angus's comments on Canada? Charlie Angus's comments back today. He was mad. Oh, about yeah, probably. He probably was very angry what went on with Hoekstra. Yes, Hoekstra is a mutant inbreed hick with a speech impediment. Well, a bit like Homer. No, Homan. Yeah, he's got a speech impediment. Yeah, he's do you know what he reminds me of, though? He reminds me of Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction. What was it? When There's Bruce Willis, something have you. He's tied to the chair, and oh crikey, and the other guy as well. That guy, what's his name? Oh crikey, big geezer. Reminds me of this.
Bring out the Gimp. Gimp's sleeping. I guess you just have to go wake him up now, won't you?
That's Homan. Yeah, the borders are. That's Homan. Yeah, he's a gimp. What is a Mockler miser? Are you talking about Adam Mockler? I don't know what a Mockler miser is. I'll have to do a search on Mockler miser now. Got me doing searches for Mockler miser. No. Can you inform me what that means? Because you said this last time. Liverpool FC Lancaster bomber. I did tell you last time I've got a Lancaster bomber compass. The IQ level of the entire US government is at the level of a shaved ape. Well, I don't see how you could say that, because he had his MRI IQ test. I'm going to put this out of the way. I can look, instead of looking at the actual, there, that's a better idea. Put up there, looking at the ceiling, that's better. Keep making the same mistake. Keep looking at the ring webcam. Oh, and obviously, you know, AOC. And Jasmine Crocker, they need to take them up on that offer, you know, the IQ test competition with Donald Trump. Have you ever thought about becoming a Mockler miser? I don't even know what a Mockler miser is. Thanks, Joel. It reminds you of slavery. It does feel a bit like that, because when everyone's controlled in that way, it is effectively slavery, isn't it? You are literally you're just there to serve the machine. Now, there's a lot of conspiracy theories around the Matrix and stuff. I'm not going to use that term, red pill, blue pill, and all that sort of stuff, because it, people think it can be plugged into a machine, and they're just using it to power the system. But when it comes down to it, it's kind of right, isn't it? It seems that way, though. This is terrible. This is so bad. And no one's going to do anything about it. They just say, oh, well, I'm not doing anything wrong. Why should I care? That's just kind of responses I get. And I think to myself, well, you should care. Don't you, care about your privacy? You could be on your phone looking at naughty videos and masturbating, and there they are, crikey, at Paragon in Israel, and they're all getting hot under the collar watching you through your phone. Yeah. Maybe we'll need like a little box to put off devices into. We definitely need to get off some of these bloody accounts. Even maybe this one, Well, regarding this channel, I'm getting closer and closer to not bothering with it anymore. I'm probably going to carry on with the lives, just if I've got something to say, but I'm not going to bother about putting videos up, I don't think, for a while. Because there's no point. There's no point. If you don't get, say, on a channel my age, my channel's age, it's over 6 years old, this channel is, it should have done something better than what it is. It should have really been in the first hour. I used to get in the first hour around 1,000 views, and then you could see there's some progress going on. You could see it, but no, you get about 300 if I'm lucky, and then it flatlines. Maybe it peaks up sometimes. Occasionally you might get a video that does really well, but there's no, it's not reliable. It's not reliable. Anyway, enough of me whinging about that. Nothing I can do about it, is there? It's YouTube. So they have been asked about this before regarding WhatsApp and that and what they're doing with the government. But, there's obviously, they've got Paragon, they've got confidentiality agreements, whoever they sell it to, obviously, you know, because of what the software is. Now, they ain't the only one out there. There's several ones out there. Obviously, you've got Pegasus, and there's Graphite, and what was the other ones? There's a few others. There's another, Cytrox as well, which is it's also an Israeli company established in 2017 that makes malware used for cyber attacks and covert surveillance. It's a predator-style software, and it was used to target Egyptian politician Ayman Noor in 2021 and spy on 92 phones belonging to businessmen, journalists, politicians, government ministers, and their associates in Greece. Now, the government is not just looking at businessmen and all those kind of people, they're now looking at you. And that's what they're using it for. That's how come they know where you are. And then in Nabia, lovely. But the one they're using is not, it's a derivative of Pegasus, but it is is Graphite by Paragon Solutions. And Ehud Barak. That name rings a bell to me. Have I mentioned that name before in the previous video? I think I have. Recently. Might be the one with short videos, even the live, I don't know. Who the heck is he? I've definitely mentioned that before. He was involved with something. Oh, God, he looks like a sinister geezer. Oh, my giddy aunt. Probably Mossad or something. Try to find a bit about him. A politician. Oh, he's a former Israeli politician. Oh! Is it him? That's, wasn't he one of the ones who molested Virginia DeFray? Let's have a look. And now this person's, got his software in the government. Virginia, I think it's Virginia DeFray. It might have been something like that. It's definitely sex. It's definitely. He beat her up. That's it. I remember now. He beat her up. Might not be the right person, but let me double check this first. Ehud Barak. I'm sure that's him. Was he the Prime Minister? Yep. Try to find it now. I'm sure that's him. Bear with me. No, it's just saying Israeli Prime Minister on here. But I'm sure that was him. They haven't named him on there. Let's put a bit more information in. Article. It's not letting me. Served as Prime Minister, it was him. Between 1990, yeah, that's him. Fucking hell. They're all fucking connected, aren't they? A whole bloody lot of them. So there's connections with Epstein then. Yeah, as Prime Minister. Yeah, I thought so. Well, what can he say? Really? So the man involved with developing the software to hack you was also connected with Epstein. He also raped and beat to a pulp Virginia Defray, the late Virginia Defray. That book looks very interesting. I think that's why I might have to get that. I think I can Kindle or something because it's up for 30, 40 quid. The book is. Don't use AI for the search. No, I did it in incognito, so hopefully it'll be right. I don't use AI if I can help it. I used to use it a lot. Yeah, because it's useful. Cheers, Joel. There we go. I did say I was going to do it now. Well, ask Grok. I'm not going to use AI. Oh, dear. All right, there we go. So, anyway, that's my thoughts on that. So, what do you think? I only got 24 people here now anyway, so they hate me. They absolutely hate me. I don't like people who speak the truth. You see it in the stats. You see what's happening. They don't show it, or they're not showing it to the right people. It's crazy. Anyway, they're my thoughts. It's up to you to make your mind what you're going to do about it, because it's a difficult one. You can whether you put Graphene OS on your system or try and circumvent what they're doing, or you just carry on as you are and just think, well, it ain't going to happen to me. It's very dangerous. Anyway, thanks, Joel, for helping us out here, mate. I really appreciate it, my friend. I understand, Christy. I don't hate you either. But yeah, I think Google hates me. YouTube hates me. You know, it just... they're not showing my videos. And I'm seeing so many people, I didn't realise it was even a thing. Because I haven't been uploading any videos. Normally gets... I've been uploading shorts, but these days you don't get so many subscribers from the short videos. And I haven't uploaded any videos in the past week. I did one today, and it was dire, dire. And when you look at the stats and stuff, you can see it on there. You can see, and basically what's happening is I'm bleeding subscribers, and people are telling me that they find themselves unsubscribed from the channel. And I was at 53,000 and something or other. Now I'm in 52,000 and something or other. They're just falling like, it's becoming the other way. So anyway, I'm going to make a move now. So I've done just over an hour, and I'm going to try and keep them to about that, because it's I have other stuff I've got to do, And also I've got to think about how I'm going forward with the channel. I'm going to carry on doing lives and that. Might do a fit odd short if I've got something to say. I'm not going to do any long form at the moment unless I really want to do one. Other than that, I'll be working on my other channels, which aren't affected by politics. They don't get hampered by it, So that's what I'm going to do. I don't do AI thumbnails. Yeah, take care. Because, a lot of people know are clicking video. Oh, sorry, I think a lot of people are... why would you click an AI thumbnail? I look at one of those fucking things, I thought, talk about overdone, oversaturated, over everything. I can't be bothered with that. Oh, Douglas, cheers, buddy. People asked me to give you some bear money. I agreed before knocking his teeth in, and before being the perfect roundhouse. Watching. The video was very thought-provoking. Oh, cheers, buddy. Cheers for that. I am clocking off now, though, so thanks a lot, though. It's very appreciated. I'll probably go live again tomorrow and see what happens. But, you know, I've got my other channels as well, if you're interested. So, my Wally Boyle woodworking. I've also got my Tinker's Lab. I'm starting to do a lot more on there, Nerf Trifle. Start with those videos again. So, yeah. As involuntary too, but I salute you. I salute you too. Yes, not that kind of salute. No, none of that lark. No, that's. Oh yeah, by the way, Elon Musk is still a Nazi. That he is. Toodaloo. Thanks a lot, everybody, and thanks Joe for helping us out there, mate. Get rid of the trolls, and thanks Douglas for the super chat. Much appreciated, my friend.